Intentions can mean a lot of things to a lot of people, but what does it really mean? Licensed professional counselor Donna Fortney is here today. She's ready to talk about why some people are doing what they're doing. Hi, Donna. Good to have you back with us.
Thank you. It's always good to be back.
So what does it mean when we say we intend to do something? Or what are our intentions?
Well, our intentions are to act in a certain way with a behavior in mind, with a goal in mind, or a focus, something that we want to happen, and then act on that intention.
So how does this work? How does this come to play in personal relationships?
Well, to be intentional means to really stop and breathe and think about what you're going to say before you say it. Now, in normal everyday conversation, we go back and forth. It's really hard, but if you stop and think and make a choice about caring for the person, caring for your relationship, you're going to make a choice to say something that's helpful, that's kind, that's not a criticism, because that's a surefire way to start getting in an argument.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And does it also help just in the communication process? Because when you state what your intentions are to the other person, then it kind of eliminates that whole gray area. And you know, they may kind of interpret things a different way unless you openly state it.
Exactly. And so if you're really more thoughtful about what your intentions are, setting up a conversation, setting up a difficult situation, you know your partner, and to be able to say, you know, I'd like to just share with you my thoughts about what we're going to do in New York over Thanksgiving vacation. And then I'd like to hear your thoughts about it. So what you're setting up is to be able to share your thoughts, that they're not decisions, and that you'd like to hear from your partner when you're finished. So you're setting your partner up also to be able to hear you.
I like that. That sounds like it would work.
Yeah, and just easy. You know, I'd like to share, and when I'm finished, I'd like you to share.
So I'm willing, I'm open to what's on your mind as well. Yeah, I like that.
Right, and when we're open to hearing our partner, and this is intentionality as well, we're making a choice to understand them and who they are, and not just question and comment and criticize and you're doing it wrong and why can't you do it my way, but really to be able to hear them and then to say, as I've said before, tell me more about that.
Yeah.
Because there's always more after the first thing that someone says. So you walk into the office and you say, oh, gee, how are you doing? How was your weekend? Oh, I had a rough weekend. Hey, you know what? I had a rough weekend too. Da, da, da. So you're making it about yourself instead of keeping
following
it
up
on,
and saying, well, what happened?
Right, what happened? Oh, that must have been frustrating. Or, wow, you had a great weekend. Or, you know, something that you can learn about the person by going deeper.
Definitely. Well, we'd find it kind of role play a little, wouldn't it? Yeah. Okay. So say if I want to go out to a specific restaurant, and I'm talking to my significant other, and would I say to them, "Hey, getting hungry?" Or would there be a better way of phrasing that?
We get caught in that trap all the time. And this is sort of a basic of decision making. I hear it from couples. They'll come in and I'll ask them, you know, is one of you more the decision maker? Oh yeah, you know, I hate making all the decisions. So your partner might say something like, where do you want to go to dinner? It's like, well, I don't know, where do you want to go? Because if you're going to be partners, if you're going to be equals, don't give up your right to make the little decisions.
So it would be better to say, hey, I'd like to go out to the pizza parlor tonight. How about you?
Yeah, exactly. So that you have an idea of what you want. The thing is that a lot of people don't check in with themselves to say, I'm hungry. Where do I want to eat? Well, you know what? I ate 2 hours ago. Or, hey, let's go on a picnic. They don't stop to think about what's going on with them. And that's a process in itself of intentionality, of thinking about what it is that's important, because we don't want to abdicate decisions, acquiesce, because then what's going to happen is if the person makes a decision, if the partner makes a decision that you don't like, you're going to end up criticizing it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Instead of playing a part in it.
All right, let's try this again.
Okay.
The dishes are sitting in the sink, and it's my turn to do them. They're not getting done. I'm sitting there watching TV. Okay, so the other person's thinking, when are they going to do the dishes?
Right.
Okay, so how could I handle that?
Well, so in parts, the partner might come in and interrupt the ball game and say, when are you going to do the dishes? And, well, can't you see I'm watching the game?
Yeah.
Oh, and you start getting in an argument. If the partner could wait and say, you know, before the show, hey, you know, after the game, could you do the dishes? Partner could say, yeah. The other partner could say, and take the responsibility to say, you know, I know the dishes are there, I haven't done them, I'm going to watch the game, and then afterwards I'll clean the kitchen.
So it's really
Being
nice.
clear.
It really
Being
is.
clear.
It's just communicate. It's just communicating, isn't it?
It is.
It's letting the other person know what's going on in your head.
Right, because if you don't know, they can't guess.
Absolutely.
And so we need to speak honestly for what we need, what we want, and what we want to share.
Good to know. Donna Fortney, relationship expert.